Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, I'm obsessed with what I do. Are you? Every day that I get up, and I wake up in the morning, I start thinking about my business. I start thinking about my company. I think about my purpose. I think about where I'm going. I'm excited about what I'm going to do at work that day. I'm excited about what I'm going to write about, who I'm going to talk to, how I'm going to help people. At night, when I'm at home, sitting, hanging out, doing whatever I'm doing, my business is in the back of my mind. I may even be on the internet reading or learning something or just checking the numbers and the statistics in my website. Now, why is that? Is I'm just nuts and I'm obsessed? Well, I think to be an entrepreneur, you have to be a little bent. Because entrepreneurs, we're stubborn people. And a guy that was a consultant of mine years ago, that when I first got into this business, if you can do some research, he was the world's greatest sales copywriter, and his name was Gary Halbert. And even the expert, all the best to the best sales copywriters, even today, will all say that Gary Halbert, he was the best. And one of the things that he said is that nothing is impossible for a person who refuses to listen to reason. Now, I think that's a great quote, because that's from when I was a young kid, from a very early age. I was always drawn to look into or to work at or to read a book on things that I had real interest in. And when it came to choosing careers or companies that I went to work for or later businesses that I wanted to start, I always pursued things that I was really excited about and really passionate about. I was never a guy that could go and just do the same thing for my whole life, even though I wasn't that excited about or hated it, like a lot of people do. I mean, when I talk to people, and if you've been reading my work for a while, a lot of these guys write in and they're just absolutely miserable in their businesses and their careers. They just don't have anything to be excited about. And a lot of guys think, hey, if I get a chick, then I'll really be happy. Well, the thing is, if you want to be successful with women, is you got to be successful as a man in life. You got to be doing something that you're excited about. If you've ever been talking to a woman and you're talking about something that you're really fucking passionate about, you're really excited, you're talking about the people that you help or how it impacts your customers, and you're just on a roll, you have a passion for it, kind of like I am right now. And people respond, especially women. Women that you can be talking to, and they're kind of like, oh, hey, how you doing? And you start chatting, and she's like, the conversation rolls around to what do you do? And then you start telling her, and she's like, wow, you really have a passion for that. You can see the look in her face. It excites her. As a matter of fact, one of my girlfriends years ago, she used to say, whenever I was running a meeting and I'd be doing things on the whiteboard and talking, she used to sit in on some of our meetings and just watch and be an observer. And one of the things she used to say to me was, every time I see you doing that, I want to pounce on you. It excited her. It was sexually arousing to her as a woman to watch her boyfriend, her man, doing what he loves and talking about it and having a passion for it. It's why a woman is hot for a guy that's on stage that's the drummer or the lead singer in a band, or if she's at a meeting or a conference and the guy is speaking in front of several hundred or several thousand people. It's like an aphrodisiac. It's like these men, they're alive, they're excited, they have a passion for what it is that they're doing. I mean, I'm absolutely obsessed about what I do. I love it. I have a passion for it. I mean, it's exciting. To me, it's exciting to talk to somebody on the phone who I've never met in person. They could be halfway around the world, and then I either talk to them the next week or the next month, or I'll get an email, and they'll be telling me about all these amazing things that have happened in their life because of them applying what I taught them. Whether it's a guy that's not getting laid at all, girls are paying no attention to him, and then all of a sudden, a few months later or a few weeks later, he's sending me emails telling me about stories about how he went on a first date and he only got through half of the first drink, and because he was doing everything so well, and I mean, she calls him, she pursues him, hey, let's get together and go hang out. He gets through half of the beer and he's like, hey, you want to get out of here? And she's like, sure. Because he can read all the language and the body language and the signs that she's really into him and she's ready to roll. So they go back to his place, and I've had experiences plenty of times in my life where you meet a girl and you do everything right, and she shows up for your date and comes and knocks on your door, and she comes and hangs out for a little bit, maybe has a little half a glass of wine, and then 20 minutes later you're in the bedroom and she's buck naked. And those things happen because you're doing everything right, because she feels comfortable. She wants to be seduced. She wants to be made love to. She wants a man that really wants her and knows how to be a charming knight in shining armor. Women are dying for guys like this. And so the key is to find something that you have a passion for, to pursue it relentlessly. Because if you want to be great at something, the only way you're going to be great at something is if you're doing something that you love and you have a passion for. I mean, look at guys like Steve Jobs or Dale Carnegie, who was one of the world's first billionaires back in the 1800s. I spent my life relentlessly learning from and applying the knowledge of people that went before us thousands of years ago, and studying the greatest successes of the people that are alive today, the greatest entrepreneurs, the greatest success teachers, the greatest coaches. That's when you study the teachings and the writings, and you can spend time with the world's most successful people, the world's most cutting-edge doctors, and you can learn stuff about health, about aligning your structure properly, how essential this stuff is to the overall functioning of your body. When you can learn the best business tips from the most successful billionaires that are around today, people that founded companies like Google or Apple or Dell Computer or any of the major billion-dollar companies that started out with just a dude and his idea in his garage or his parents' garage. When you have a passion for something, obstacles that you're going to have setbacks and you're going to have failures. And as an entrepreneur, I know that most of the things I try, they're not going to work. It's like 97% of the things that you try as an entrepreneur, they don't work. But every time you try something, you're going to get results of some kind. And from those results, you learn things. And all you have to do is apply what you learn, and then the next time you try something, you have all of that experience that you've had in the past of trying things that didn't work, of trying and failing, much like Thomas Edison failing 10,000 times before he finally found the one material that would make his light bulb work. I mean, that's what it takes. Like being an entrepreneur, I mean, sometimes you're working for years with nothing, with no results, with nothing but tens of thousands, even millions of dollars of your money or your shareholders' money invested in something that's just an idea, but you have a passion for it. I mean, look at Jeff Bezos of Amazon.com, the world's largest online retailer. Guy started out as an idea, and that company lost millions, tens of millions of dollars for 7 years before they finally made a profit. And I remember the time everybody was a naysayer. That'll never fucking work. You're an idiot. You're wasting all of your shareholders' money. I mean, the abuse that this guy took. And he didn't care. He had a passion for what he was doing. He fought for what he was doing. And that's why he ultimately succeeded. Now, every time something comes out, of course, you still got the naysayers going, wow, this will finally be the first big failure that Amazon has. And you look at a company like Amazon, Amazon's learned from all of its failures. And it's applied what it learned, and it became better in the future. I mean, its results speak for itself. So if you find these messages of value, then you can show your appreciation by going down to the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom of your screen if you're watching this video on my website, and click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information that you received in this video message or on the article on my website. At the very least, please share it with all of your friends and family. On the Wibbia toolbar at the bottom, there's also a Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, social share buttons that you can share in all your favorite social networks. And if you got a topic that you'd like for me to cover in a future video newsletter, you can click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen and summarize your problem, your challenges, your situation in several paragraphs and give me several days to get back to you. And if you'd like to become a paying phone coaching client of mine, just click the Products tab at the top of your screen and follow the instructions for booking a paid phone coaching session with me, yours truly. And I will talk to you soon.